Welcome to the Kicking Up Dust Media YouTube channel, guys. Today I've got a special guest. I've been speaking to him for a while. I think I spoke to you first.
Have we been meaning to do this for a minute?
For a minute, yeah, 100%. Because I kind of went off the scene for a while.
Yeah.
About 5-6 months, I was not around. But someone who's got a really interesting story. A lot of lessons I feel there's in it, like enough lessons and whatever, especially for people who might be involved in certain bits and pieces. But let's get to it. Welcome,
Yes,
Lewis
brother.
Clarke.
Lewis Clarke.
What did they call you on the road?
Do you know what? Growing up, it was just iron. When I was running around them, like, when I was doing this gang stuff, it was just iron. And then, brother, I just started getting hench out of nowhere, bro. I went jail, I went Feltham, and then I was always known as Little Lou to my family, innit?
Yeah.
I come out like 15 stone, but I was way bigger than what I am now. And then from there, everyone started saying big Lou, yeah. So, but now, man could just call me Lou. Lou
yeah.
is absolutely fine because I've lost all my muscles. So Lou's just fine, man.
Nah, but you're one of them breads. You gain it back quick.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? Obviously you've told your story a few times before, so we're just gonna summarize, go a few things or whatever. You grew up in Battersea, right?
Yeah.
And whatever. Is that where you were born?
Yeah, I was born in Battersea, yeah.
South London, born and bred South London, yeah.
Born and bred, yeah.
Growing up, like, you went to school and whatever, like, how were you growing up, like, your situation with your parents and stuff like that? Because I know about your dad, and is he still in prison?
He got his parole.
Oh, so he's coming out
My
then?
dad got his parole, yeah, because he's a lifer, innit?
But he's not out yet, though.
He's not out yet. Got his parole. He's just waiting because obviously you got to do the whole map hostel and stuff. So big tails out soon, mate.
You think, man, you ever been on a podcast?
My dad's old school.
Old school, yeah.
Like, he even kind of half had a go at me for putting my face on camera and talking about certain things because he's from a different generation. He doesn't realise everything's on the net now. So he'd be like, nah, bollocks to that. Yeah.
He's old school, isn't it?
And he's got some stories. Like, obviously, I've got some stories, but
he's got, yeah.
His catalogue, what he's got right there is mental.
He's from, what's it, 60?
Yeah, he's 60 now. Yeah, he's 60.
He's from the old school, man. Armed robbers.
Like, one of his first ever things he went to prison for was Hatton Gardens. Like, that's like in the early 90s.
90s and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. So tell me a bit about your background, in Battersea, growing up, going to school, what it was like, the environment and stuff.
Yeah, so growing up in Battersea, everything was all right growing up, yeah. Growing up in Battersea, like, it was a mixed culture. Like, my school had black people, white people, Chinese people. It is just proper multicultural. Like, obviously, Timber was, like, my best friend growing up in primary school. And I had a little bit of an education, but at the same time, my dad was in and out of prison. So I always wanted to be like my dad. Like, I knew he didn't work and didn't have a 9 to 5. So I used to look at my dad and think, he's Superman. Like, he'd always come home with money. I'd never go without. And then he'd just go missing for years. And it kind of caught up with me later on. I didn't realize it at the time, but it actually caught up with me, like, me missing my dad and me acting certain ways, even now.
Was your dad like always an armed robber? That was his hustle?
That was his hustle. That was Dad's hustle. But the thing is with Dad, yeah, he's so hands-on, like putting things together, decorating, woodwork. My dad can do absolutely anything.
He's old school.
But he's just old school. Like, he just chose to do robberies. He loved it, and he loves prison. Like, it's a horrible thing to say,
He loves prison.
Listen, he's just finished. He's done 11 years now at this last sentence.
Yeah.
I've not heard him moan once.
Yeah, but that's...
You will see him. I was banged up with him as well. Every single day, my dad would walk around the prison with a smile on his face. Morning. And everyone loves my dad in jail. Like, he's just that character,
How old were you when you first found out your dad was an armed robber?
I was probably in primary school when the house used to get kicked off and the armed police would come through the guns and dad would start fighting. I remember, like, one occasion they gave my dad a black eye. So they must have either duffed him or, like, gunbucked him or something, but they mashed him up. And even when he was coming out of the house in handcuffs, I remember him looking back and saying, "I'm all right, Lou." Like, and I was like, oh, sweet, like, Dad's all right.
They're them old school gangsters, man. They just kind of, like, accept what part of the game, innit?
He never moans.
Yeah.
Every time he's been nicked. And that's similar to me. Every time I've been nicked for a crime, I've not had it in for the police. They're there to do their job. I'm trying not to get caught. Do you know what I mean?
What was your behaviour like at primary school?
I found it difficult to learn. My concentration wasn't there. It's not that I didn't want to learn. I wanted to learn, but I was one of them kids. I was too embarrassed to say miss. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Just in case the other kids laugh at me, and then we have to have a fight. Because I used to I could never take a joke. That's what I mean. That's why me and Timber used to fight so much.
Okay.
Stupid idiot, man.
Because you couldn't take a joke.
Yeah, hurry up and get back home, man. As well.
Do you reckon with the learning thing, it could have been like ADHD and stuff?
Yeah, no, it definitely was. They eventually, I used to read through green paper.
Yeah.
It's like a green plastic sheet of paper which I could put over my words so I could read to stop them jumping around and stuff.
Okay.
So that's what I done my whole school with, and even that when people used to look at me and I'm the only one with the green sheet reading.
Yeah.
I used to get
Feel
really
out of place.
I used to feel out of place. So in the end, I just not doing no work.
Start misbehaving.
Start misbehaving. It's not like I was a troublemaker though. I was just a really quiet person in school who couldn't take a joke, and I would just sit there with my head in my arms and just not do nothing.
But it's true though, like now obviously because they know about these kind of conditions, they more cater for it. Back then you're like the odd one in the classroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people like take the mick out of that.
I'm so gutted, like, you know, like anyone who's gonna watch this, like I swear to God, I wish I put my hand up every single time I didn't know something in class or say miss or sir, I don't know what that means. Please explain that to me.
You wish you'd done that.
I wish I'd done it, even if it looked so stupid asking. Just ask the question.
So did that lead to you like fighting and stuff with other kids a lot?
Not really, you know. Mine was in primary school. I was always fighting with a fellow called Timber. Like me and him was quite strong, and he was always trying to start fights with me all the time. Like I'd beat him up one day he'd beat me up. I remember one time
in primary school,
me and Timber, we've had like over 30 fights.
Seriously?
I swear to God, we've had but he was my best friend though. This is the crazy thing. So we'll have all these fights. I remember on one occasion, I think I punched him in his ear. I got a good punch right in his ear, and he went back to get his older brother and his sister. So I had to go and get my brother, and then we had a big family fight.
Seriously?
And we was friends literally the next day.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The estate you're from, what's it called?
Patmore Estate.
That's like a known estate, isn't it?
Yeah, but everyone, like, if you're from that estate, everyone will say I'm from like Wandsworth Road.
Okay.
Or back in the day, it was G Street. So it'd be Patmore, Wandsworth Road, and then G Street would be on this side.
So that
is like one link up. So the Old Tree thing was like Patmore, G Street.
07, isn't it?
Yeah, not even before that.
Okay.
Even before that, because we started, all the gang activity really started for us when we was about 2002.
Yeah. Okay. I remember when that clique started. The name was kind of popping.
Yeah, because everyone was like, we was the original ones in Old Tree, and then you got all the little outsiders jumping on Sanham Old Tree. But really, it was like the Patmore ones, the G Street ones, Wandsworth Road, a couple more from Brixton, and there's a few people from like Croydon, Fulton Heath ways.
Before we get to that, just quickly going back to primary school. So from there, obviously, you went secondary school. Was there any improvement or?
I went southwards. No improvement. No, do you know what happened actually? After that primary school, I moved out of South. I moved to Surrey in Box Hill.
Okay.
Box Hill in Surrey, sorry. And went to secondary school there.
What was that like?
It was not good. I was the London kid, and everyone looked at me different. I just got fighting straight away. You know, like my first fight out there, they're all into like playing rugby, whereas down our way we play football.
Yeah, they're right.
Yeah, I remember some fella done a rugby tackle me, and I didn't like it. We had a fight over it. Like some fella, he took me down. I said, "Nah, I'm not having that." I kicked out of school up there a few times.
Why did you go to school all the way down there?
Guys, I was living up there at that point. I was living in Box Hill.
Was your mum and
dad? Okay. I think dad was out, and then he went back in again.
Like obviously, you like were in school, like getting into fights and that. Did your pops try to like obviously discipline you? Try to like.
My dad done everything he could to try and prevent me from doing crime. He'd always tell me to defend myself. But my dad would always be like, "Lou, you need to get a trade." And he'd always phone one of his pals. "Oh, can Lou come work with you today? Get some like what they call that again?
Apprenticeships."
Yeah, my dad he used to phone all these mates. So I used to go for a day's work here, a day's work there. And it just wasn't me. Like, even though my dad's trying, but Dad, you got to lead by example as well, you know. Like, if I'm not seeing you go to work, it's all good you telling me to get a trade, Dad. Dad, you go and get a trade. And I might follow in your footsteps.
It's a bit hard when someone's trying to tell you get a trade, but they're making like 30, 50 grand, 100 grand.
Do you know what I mean? When he's
yeah.
coming home with 50 grand and saying, "Luke, count that out for me, mate. You can keep all the fivers." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's deep. So in secondary school, did you get any qualifications?
No, so I got kicked out in year 7. When I lived in Surrey.
You were kicked out in year 7?
Yeah, I got kicked out in year 7.
That's the first year.
The first year I got kicked out for a long time. And then what happened was I moved back to South London again. I moved back to South and no schools were taking me. No schools were taking me. So I missed the whole of year 8 off school.
Okay.
So then they got me into a centre in Tooting called Francis Barber. Went there for like 6 months. Then they got me back into mainstream school. I went Southfields. Had a fight the first week I was there, kicked out. They let me back in, but I didn't get to finish like GCSEs and that.
You get no grades whatsoever?
No, I didn't get no grades.
And well, obviously coming from an estate like that and then no grades is not looking good, innit?
Because I've always had it very easy growing up. I know Dad's been in prison.
Can I just ask you, so when you mean like very easy, what do you mean by that?
Like I've never gone without. You know, like sometimes I see my friends struggle, like a lot of my friends struggling with like their parents, like they be going to work every single day, but yeah, I've still got more stuff than what they got, and my mum and dad don't work.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Trainers
like,
and stuff
trainers,
like
I always had new trainers, or like always had jewelry and stuff. Even when my dad would go to jail, like he'd never let me go without Christmases, birthdays. I'd have everything I want. Even on my 16th birthday, my dad bought me a moped from jail and that.
So obviously, you know, that's one of the things when we were young, we didn't have that stuff. Like I don't know if you've ever heard of it, Gola and high tech and stuff.
Gola,
that's what we had to wear, innit, you know.
I didn't get. I'll be honest. When my dad went jail, my mum done me dirty. She bought me a pair of trainers called Mercury.
I think I remember
Mercury.
I remember them.
They had the hard plastic air bubbles and
the fake air bubble, innit?
It cracked.
Yeah,
it didn't get a punch. You know, like normal air bubbles, they get a puncher. This one cracked. Like I was like, oh, mum done me dirty, man.
But your pops used to look after you guys. How many brothers and sisters are you?
I got one older brother and one younger brother.
Yeah, one younger brother. Okay, and obviously, but you've had like when you were kids, like you know, we really wanted nice trainers. That was like a big thing, you know. Because you could get bullied in school for having bad trainers.
100% you could, but I wasn't that kid to bully. I've never been a bully. Like I'd always try and make an effort at them sort of kids.
Yeah, okay.
That's always been me.
So what was your first dabbling around with crime and stuff? Because obviously you've got the trainers and the tracksuit, so you're kind of good.
Do you know what? The first ever time I got in trouble, my dad caught me. I was 13 years old, and I nicked a milk float. You know, like the electric milk floats. I was driving around the estate with all the boys on the back, and mate, my dad's come driving down the road. Lewis, get the fuck out of that milk float! Like that is so.
Bro, why do every breast from ends steal milk floats? My brethren got nicked for that as well. A milk float.
I don't even get nicked. My dad bagged me in it. I just left it on the side there and got out.
Oh, it wasn't the police. It was just
no. My dad bagged me, but I'd rather like my dad bagged me than the police. You know what I mean?
Definitely. So that was the first. How old were you then?
13.
Did he bruck you up or?
My dad's never hit me.
He's never hit you, no?
He's
good, man.
My dad's got one of them faces, well, just when you know, all right, Dad, he does not need to raise his hand. He's never hit any of us.
That's good, man.
Or my mum hasn't hit any of us.
That's nice. I rate that, man. You know, like in that generation, that's normal though.
Yeah, no, my dad just had a stern look, and that said it. That was enough for me.
Yeah, that's deep. So, what was the reason why you started? Obviously, like, you know, petty crimes. That's how everyone starts stealing and stuff.
Yeah, petty crimes was like back then was like stealing lead off the roofs and things like that on copper and that. Copper.
Is that what you started with?
Yeah, like nicking all the lead off the roofs and stuff.
No, you never done shoplifting, none of that stuff?
I've never done a shoplift. I've never nicked a Mars bar from a shop. Do you know what's crazy? I can walk into a shop and tie the person up behind the counter, but I can't walk in there and put Snickers in my pocket because I'll get embarrassed if I get caught.
That's mad.
Yeah.
So why did you start stealing lead from...
I just remember, do you know what? I only done it a couple of occasions. I remember the older lot. They used to like go around nicking all the lead off like the train tracks and all of that. And I was only a kid. I thought, oh, I'll do it.
How old were you?
I was probably about 13.
Oh, you were young.
I was still young. Yeah, I was still young and that.
That's kind of like advanced crime for a 13-year-old.
No. I was out from a young kid, you know. I was out. And then from when my brother's a bit older than me as well. So we just started selling a bit of weed together. Just on my pedal bike and that, running around only little bits to begin with, £10 and £20 bags.
This when your pops was in prison?
This when Dad was in jail, yeah.
On the estate?
Yeah, just around Battersea. Had the whole of Battersea. The whole of Battersea.
Did you get into any problems selling weed?
What with people like?
Yeah.
Nah, not even. Not even. Because I will make sure people are looked after.
Okay.
And I'm one of them guys. I wouldn't watch one of my friends not eat. Like if I'm eating and one of my pals is over there and he's not eating, I'm gonna help him out.
How old were you selling weed?
Probably coming on to 14 years old.
Yeah, I know someone who used to buy weed off your brother.
Oh, sir?
Yeah, I don't want to say his name on the camera.
Ah, cool.
He told me he used to check him back in the day.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So whatever. So yeah, so obviously you're selling weed and whatever. You're making a change. You're getting buying it. Because remember, I think them days weed wasn't like it is now. I think
them days I used to bag up with cling film. Like when we used to get the cling film and used to cut it in half so you can make the squares a little bit easier when you do your little 8 balls and that. Yeah. And back then it was just Ami and cheese, wasn't it?
And did your mum tell your dad that you were selling weed?
No, because I wasn't keeping it at Mum's house to begin
knew?
with. Yeah, no, she half knew. She half knew, but I took liberties, really. I took liberties. Like, my mum knew what I was doing, and I still continued to do it, even though she said, Lou, what are you doing? Like,
and what are you doing with the money? Just same thing, trainers?
Oh, mate, trainers, tracksuits.
Standard.
Yeah, like, just trainer boxes just full up with money.
So you're about 15, 16 now?
Yeah, about 15, 16 now. I've just been nicked, actually, when I was 14 years old. That's my first time getting nicked.
Arrested. What was it for?
I got the blame, yeah. We had a football team, innit?
Yeah.
And the manager, he done something. Like, we were saved up to buy our football kit. Yeah. And the money went missing.
Okay.
And someone's done the manager. And I got blamed for it. I got nicked for GBH when I was 14 years old.
So they blamed you, so you punched him up?
I didn't punch him up. I got not guilty in court.
Okay, so you did.
Some other witnesses who was there, they said they see someone else do it and not me. So I got not guilty at the youth court for it.
So you didn't get remanded like that?
No.
Yeah, or whatever. And so obviously, like when you were selling weed and stuff, what did that progress to? Because like obviously you went into armed robbery yourself after a while, wasn't it?
Yeah, so like started with like the £20 and £20 bags, and then you move on to 9s, boxes, and like I was moving like a box a week in drawers, and I was doing more draw. My draw line was like people's hard food line.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So I didn't even have to sell crack or heroin. I could just sell weed, and it was just flying out like that. But I soon got bored of it. And when I told you I looked up to my dad. I wanted to get a buzz. I wanted to get a buzz from doing a robbery. And the first one I'd done, I was 18 years old. I was with one of my pals, and the story's a bit mad. So yeah, the guy's filling up the cash machine in Streatham in one of the train stations. Watched him going in there with a cassette. Anyway, he's gone in there. This is the times when all the train stations were on high alert from terrorists.
Yeah, 06.
Yeah, it's 05. I think there's London tube bombings and the bus bombings going off. But all the train stations were on high alert this day. But I was thinking they're not going to be at Streatham. Anyway, I've gone in there, grabbed the cassette, looked up, and there's already armed police already there. I'm like, oh my God. Looked at my code. He's like, bro, we got to go. Started running, had the cassette in our hand. My friends frisbeed it back at them. Bro, imagine we've actually got away from the police. We got back to the car, the getaway car. The driver's not in the car. Bro, the driver's not in the car. He's on the other side of the road having a piss. So anyway, the keys are not in the car. The police are still on foot chasing us. We still managed to get away from them. So anyway, we've got away, got in the middle of the road because I see the my driver walking back to the car now. Yeah. So I'm telling him to come. Bro, as I'm doing that, oh shit, there's a bull van behind us, full up with feds, got us.
They grabbed you.
But imagine, as we're in handcuffs, getting in the van, the driver just drives past us in the dinger.
Oh, they didn't get him?
No.
They never knew it was him?
No. And he stole my Averex jacket. Reversible one and that, you know.
How long did you get for that?
I only got 3 years because it looked I was 18.
It was a snatch and grab, really, innit?
Snatch and grab, and it was so petty because obviously didn't even have a getaway car, and
yeah, they thought it was like an opportunist.
Yeah, that opportunist situation.
Well, see, there with them cassettes. How do you open them without the dye getting off?
Back then, there was, without saying too much, there was little ways you can do certain
you don't
things.
give no ideas, boy.
No, because I don't want to give the kids watching their ideas. Let me try this.
Yeah,
like
it's
no
it wouldn't even work now anyway.
It's not gonna work now. They all got glue in it, and the money rips. And the glue sticks them together now. And as soon as you try and take the money, it just rips. It's like, it's pointless doing them, lads. Don't do them.
You know, a lot of people that do robberies, I know, they always said the same thing: the adrenaline rush.
Sometimes I don't give a shit about the money.
Yeah, that's mad. I can't understand.
I used to enjoy getting all the cars and bikes and putting them in different places, knowing that I'm gonna leave this car here, and then I'm gonna have the alleyway there, so I can have another car there, just in case the police chase this one. I can cut through the alleyway and get into the second car.
It's like a mission, isn't it?
Yeah, and when you do it, you get a proper buzz. Even though it's good to have the money, you think, I want to do another one now. Yeah, the other one's gonna be there.
A few people, arm robbers, have told me that it's the buzz, like when they're inside doing the job, and I'm like, bro, that's mad.
Because sometimes, like, I'll have the gun in my hand, especially on the last one. You get tunnel vision, and you start thinking that money's yours. I said to myself, why the hell has he got my money?
That's mad.
I used to sit in a car and I used to get really wound up, and this is how I used to hype myself up to go in there and take the cassettes or whatever I'm taking. I'd be like, he's got my fucking money.
So you proper like followed in your dad's footsteps in that?
Yeah.
Proper. So 3 years now, you got arrested. Bam. They give you 3 years. Did you go guilty straight away? Obviously.
I went guilty, straight away. I got remanded straight away.
Felt them. What was that like?
It was like being at a youth club. I come on the wing and all my friends are there. A couple of my friends from club are like, Lou, oh God, and all that.
Yeah, South man in prison.
So yeah, Feltham was all right. Straight to Kingfisher induction wing. See all the boys. I was like, fucking hell, this is proper like a youth club. But back then it was like you get some sort of status when you come out of jail from doing that as a teenager, innit?
Armed robbery, that's a big thing, man. Like, not armed robbery, but licking
back then.
Yeah, that's a you're gonna get ratings for that, innit?
Yeah. So from Feltham, I went to Portland, and that was probably one of the roughest YOs in them years back
Portland
in
was
2005. Bruv, I got
they're still doing slop outs.
Yes, I was on Hardy. There was a wing called Hardy, and they had no toilets. You have to press your thing to, bruv. There's bare times like I was dying to go to the toilet.
You found that more rougher than Feltham?
100%.
But obviously you were from South and a lot of man from your neighbourhood, so you were alright in Feltham.
I was sweet as I knew the whole jail.
So you didn't really have much problems.
Not one problem.
Seriously.
But that goes for every jail I've been in.
So why did you find Portland like rough? Like
a lot of youngsters out to prove themselves. And it's crazy because the person I had a fight with in Portland, he wasn't like, he was a traveller. For a bit of paper in the back of my head in education, and also I didn't find that funny. You don't know me to be able to do that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So we had to have a fight over that. But that's the only fight I had on that sentence.
Yeah, but there's a lot of like in that. I think you got so many people from all over the place, London, and then.
But there was a lot of stabbings in Portland.
Yeah.
But I've always known how to carry myself from a young age. Like I said, I've never been a bully type person.
You get on with kind of
like
everyone.
yeah. I get on with everyone.
So you finished your sentence at Portland?
No, I went from Portland to Rochester.
Oh, was that open prison?
YO. No. It's just it's a YO at the time. I think it's mixed now though. Okay. So I've done my last like 6 months there. Because it's closer to home, innit?
Did you like when you were in prison? Did you think, maybe this is not the road to go down?
Nah.
It made you worse, probably, innit?
Yeah. So I've come out after doing 18 months. I've come out. Had no money. And listen to this, I was gassed, bruv. I come home, putting my clothes back on. I used to tie my sleeves up, and I used to put money in there, innit? I come out, went to put my jacket. I was like, oh my days, I've got box money here.
Oh, so you're back in the game?
I'm back in the game. I went and picked up another box of weed. Started shotting again. Everything's going well. Didn't realise I'm on Obo. Anyway, they took pictures and videos of me passing, because I had my door. I had a gate, my door, gate.
Oh, the police were watching you for selling weed?
Yeah. Some little prick just grasped me up. A hater. Some hater.
Peak, but maybe it's because of your dad, like, they know the family.
But the thing is, it's not even like I was moving major drugs them days, because I wasn't. It was literally just little bits. So anyway, they've caught me passing weed through the gate.
Yeah.
Here's a turn of queue. Anyway, my pals got stopped round the corner. They've searched him, found the turn of queue, but my uncles phoned me and said, "Oh, Lou, your pal's getting stopped and searched outside around the corner from your house." So I'm thinking, they've watched me do that. got the duffel bags, loaded them up. I've got out the back door. I've got away. But obviously, you've seen the transaction. You've
They're
seen me
looking for you
pass
now.
it. So I got supplying cannabis.
Yeah,
He got a £70 fine, and I got 10 months in jail.
10 months of selling weed.
Bro, they gave me, because when I was on license as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So they gave me 10 months in jail, bro.
How old are you now? About what? 20?
Coming up to 20, yeah.
But still youth offenders though.
Still, no, I went to Wandsworth.
Oh, you went to Wandsworth?
I went to Wandsworth.
How was that, man? Like first time in adult jail.
It was cool because I got there, my friend was on reception. So any jail I go to in the UK, like I'm bound to know someone now. So I got there, my pal's on reception, got talking, and then obviously looked after me when we got in, gave me a blower and that.
What year was that?
2007, I think. 2007. I get mixed up with my years and that, you know. It's 2007. But while I was in there, I actually got charged for something else. Obviously, I'm gonna go into this in my book and that in more detail. But I got nicked for it.
Okay.
Obviously, done another 20 months in jail.
Yeah.
Got not guilty, and then come home like 2009.
I think I read it. I think you spoke about it before briefly.
Yeah, briefly. I don't like going into detail because it's not fair on the family. Even though I got not guilty and stuff, it's just not fair on the people's family. So
yeah, I know. I remember you mentioned in the previous podcast and whatever. So you were on a month for 20 months for that.
yeah, I was in Belmarsh. I went to Belmarsh.
Oh, they took you from there straight to Belmarsh.
Oh, they done me dirty actually. They sent me to High Point by accident. I was meant to go to Belmarsh. They sent me High Point by accident, and because I was an ACAT prisoner, they kept me in the block in there for 2 weeks because you got to be in an ACAT environment. And from there, I went to Belmarsh.
How did you find Belmarsh?
It was alright. All my friends were there, and there's all on murder charges and that.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you come from your part of London, there's just so many men.
Yeah.
Every prison you go to.
Every prison I go to. So like there was me, I was on there, obviously my brother, my pal Ian, Chopper, Debo, that man was all on the same wing together, like we're all from the same estate. So
you know, one time we've moved jail, I can't remember where we were induction, and they had us all like kind of like a waiting sort of room and whatever. There's one guy from North London, he goes to another guy, where are you from? He goes, I'm from South. And he goes, why is there so many Breas in jail from South? And that was like a known thing, like everywhere you go you're gonna meet Breas from South London, no matter what jail.
Yeah,
if it's below Birmingham, any jail you go to, you're gonna meet South London, man.
It's mad because I was up in a jail in Onley, and it's kind of near Birmingham, but there's no Birmingham man in there.
Yeah, but it's a lot of London.
It's all London. It's all London in there.
That's true, man. So you come home from Belmarsh, so that's nearly 2 years. So you're like 22 years old now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And whatever. So what did you do?
It's like 2009 now. Come out. I had to sort a few things out, and then I got back to selling weed again.
That was your hustle, selling weed, yeah?
Yeah, that was my bread and butter.
You never got into crack or heroin or nothing like that?
No, because you know why? I done it for a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But I knew too many close people who were smoking, and I couldn't be the one to put it in their hands and watch them smoke it. So I'd rather them just go to someone else and me not know.
No, it is one of them drugs.
Because all the older lot, and I respect them, even the smokers, and I respect them, but I can't be the one to hand you crack or heroin to go and do.
Nah, it's good that you felt like that, because some people don't care, man.
When I got family members who was on certain drugs, I'm watching them and thinking, me giving them drugs, I can't be that guy.
And when you're in the game, they will come and see you for
like
it.
I could have been, but.
And what's it called? So when you're out now, obviously you're back to selling weed and stuff. What was like? See, like when we was in jail, I think I'm a bit older than you, innit?
I'm 37.
Yeah, I'm a few years older. So you see back then there was like, you see South London, like anywhere near Brixton, people from Stockwell, they will say they're from Brixton.
Yeah,
so when you meet,
even half of my estate comes under Lambeth. So if someone says, "Oh, where are you from?" some people might say Stockwell, whereas I say Battersea. Because my estate is the last estate in the Wandsworth borough, but it's right next to Vauxhall, Wandsworth Road, and then literally you got Stockwell here, Brixton, Clapham there, Clapham Junction.
Yeah, exactly. So now, like, everyone wants to claim their own block, innit? It's changed so much, you know. So before I've met people from Stockwell, but in jail, they might be from Brixton. It was like next door, innit?
It's right next door,
and Brixton was a name that was known back then, you know what I mean? And whatever. So when you've come out of jail or whatever, but you're back out, same. When did the gang start forming? Like,
that formed before. That was like 2002.
Before you went in?
Yeah, that was like 2002, 2004.
What was the first gang that formed on your block?
Back in the day when it's like me, Timber, It's called like Young Guns.
Young Guns, yeah.
There's probably about 40 of us. And then we just linked up with the G Street ones.
So G Street was another gang?
G Street, yeah, there was a separate gang from us.
Okay, so you lot linked up together?
We linked up together because it's literally one road separates us from G Street.
Okay.
And obviously we're all close friends
and
now.
you lot didn't get on with Stockwell, right?
G Street is Stockwell.
Okay.
It's just another part of Stockwell.
Oh.
But yeah, there was another estate, hotspot in Stockwell.
Oh, so it was a different estate in Stockwell you didn't get along with?
Yeah.
And everyone kind of knew each other as well?
Everyone kind of knew each other because there's certain people from that estate who used to actually roll with man on like moped days and stuff, and all it took was for something stupid to happen, like, so now I've got to go and back his beef, he's going to go and back him. So now it's our estate against their estate.
You don't really know why you're beefing.
I don't, bruv, do you know what? There's people who's lost their lives now on both sides, and I can't even tell you how the beef even started in the first place. But I'm at that age now, whereas I've been there when there's shootings and things have happened. But I'm at that age where I can let that go now. If I see one of them now, I don't have to be his brethren, but a little nod at their head, because I've seen a few of them. I've seen a few of them in jail, and when I come out.
You don't own that animosity.
Like we got that mutual respect now. Like we're all tired. We look at each other like, cool, bro. Like some of them now, like, yo, Lou, like, because we got mutual friends, and
it's tiring, isn't it?
It's tiring.
I remember I saw one of your podcasts. You said one time that your friend was driving and a motorbike came up next to you, and you grabbed the steering wheel.
Still to this day, man.
PTSD,
from PTSD, from when that shooting happened with my brother. My brother got shot 5 times in front of me.
Go through that quick. Like,
bro, it's this summer night. There's like 10 of us. My brother's in his flip-flops. Like my brother and my other pal behind me. I'm in front with all the other little youngers going shop. Just heard a motorbike revving. And then just like, bap, 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 bap.
He's the only one that got hit?
No, my brother got hit 5 times and my other pal got hit 5 times.
They both got
let
off bare shots.
They let off bare shots on a bike, but they was both bigger than me at the time. If they hit me, I'd have been dead. But they, like, all the shots hit my brother, like in his legs, lower back. My other pal got hit in the shoulder, finger, couple in his leg. So yeah.
What did you do when the shots were going off? Trying to find cover?
I was trying to run, but I found a little metal bin at the side down this little hill thing. So I'm just hiding behind the bin, but I'm already on the phone. Ambulance, please. My brother's dead, because the amount of shots were gone off, and I can clearly see my brother laying on the floor, and they got off the bike to continue to shoot him. But I thought he's dead. I don't think no. I said, my brother's here. Once I've heard he's dead, boom, hanged up.
Did you not know someone's on the road looking for you lot?
Of course was expecting them sort of things, but when it works on both sides. Some people over there's died, some people over my side's died. You
get content. It's normal sometimes, isn't it? Just like
walking to our own shops.
Yeah, but that's when it's gonna happen though.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah,
it's good.
So that must have like obviously had a big impact mentally on you, innit?
It has, and it still does.
Did you realise at that time though, it had an impact?
No, because I've never spoke to no one about it. Like, obviously, I didn't talk to no police, or I didn't talk to no ambulance. I just laid on top of covered up my brother's holes until the ambulance got there. Once I knew he was good, I cut out. I don't need to talk to no one. I cut out. Went home. Mum, To's all right. He's breathing. He said he's gonna be fine. Cool.
That must be shocking for your mum, though, innit?
Shocking for my mum. Oh man, I put my mum through hell, man.
Because I remember you were saying you've been shot at quite a few times, isn't it?
Mate, quite a few times, like, and even at that same bait location on Wandsworth Road, bruv, like, a bouncer got shot in his head while I'm standing next to him.
I remember you said.
Bro, do you know what's mad? You know, like, I thought I was going crazy because I thought I was making all these stories up in my head. Like, I'm thinking, was I there or was I not? And I had to actually Google just to make sure I'm not going mad.
Yeah, sometimes it's a bit hard to believe when you start reflecting back on things. You're like, wow, what he laid out in front of you.
Laid out, man. The innocent man. This is what happens with this gang stuff as well. Like, it's always someone who's not part of it who gets hit. Well, even when my brother got hit, he was definitely part of it. Do you know what I mean? So that's definitely, like, they definitely got one up on us that day. But a bouncer down, he's innocent, man. Or even on that side, I remember there was a shooting in a shop, and I think a little girl.
I remember that, yeah.
How sad. So I don't even know what that one was about or who done it and that, but innocent people get hit.
It's tit for tat, innit?
It's tit for tat. And you do random shootings. You will shoot from like how far at a crowd of like 30 people, not knowing who you're gonna hit.
It was basically gangbanging, really. Like
it was gangbanging
version of it, innit?
Like, for me, like, even though I was part of it, I wouldn't go out my way though to go and get someone. You know, like if we're at a club and it goes off, I've got, man, of course we're gonna get a cracking or whatever, but I wouldn't intentionally go out to another estate to go and gangbang.
Yeah. I never understood that gangbanging thing. To this day, I don't
I
understand
wanted
it.
to make money. Me and my brother was more on making money. Whereas all the other little ones around us, they got excitement from that. Whereas me and my brother got excitement from chasing money.
Yeah, I never really kind of got my head around the whole gangbanging thing, man.
And the thing is, yeah, like these people who are gangbanging now, yeah, beefing this other estate. This is what I worked out. There's people closer to home that's done me more wrong than what these people over here have done. And I'm thinking, like, what we doing?
It's people going after each other that, you know, probably would get on if they met in any other circumstance in life.
I'll tell you what happened. I was in Onley. I've done about 5 years at this point. I remember coming onto the wing and I said, "Miss, where's my cell?" They pointed to a cell and there was bare Brixton youths there and stuff. I was like, fuck's sake, here we go. I'm a lump at this time. I'm thinking, fuck it, I'm just going to crack someone. Anyway, I put my bags in there, come out, and I've looked at them. They're a bit younger than me. And I said, "You want to fight me? You want to fight me?" And I pointed at all of them. And they was all looking at the floor like thinking, who the fuck is this white guy?
Oh, they probably didn't know who he was.
No, there's a bit younger. There's a bit younger than me, but I knew them from like music videos and stuff.
Okay.
Like, so anyway, nothing happened anyway. Nothing come of it. But I'm on a wing with these guys now. Weeks and months, even years have gone by, and they're on my wing. So as you can imagine, yo, bro, like, I used to be in control of like the gym list sometimes. So man will have to come to me. Yo, Luke, you put my name on the gym. Yeah, cool, got you. After a while, like, yes, bro, like spudding. And then like there's a couple of them that I can't remember his name. He's a big one. He's a youngster, but he's a big fella. Like I used to actually catch jokes with him in the end. And I was like, brother, you're actually all right, you know. So what I said, brother, sort yourself out, man. It's like, I know, Lou, man. I don't even know like why we're beefing and that. Like, and I still get little messages on Instagram today, like from certain people who don't want nothing to do with it. But so much has happened now. Like, we've lost a lot of people. You lot lost a lot of people. Where do we come to an understanding where we're going to say, do you know what? Let's just leave it there now.
Has the beef passed on to the next generation?
It's passed down to the youngsters now. Like, now the youngsters from my way are still beefing with the same lot over there.
Their youngers now.
With their youngers. I'm trying to talk some sense into them. Because, mate, when I got that 16-year sentence, not saying like all the men forgot about me, but yeah, we're meant to be this big gang. But yeah, it's only the same 5 people that checked for me from 2013 to 2021. Do you know what I mean?
Just to backtrack a little bit. So you said it was G Street, that's the clique that you linked up with. Where does Old Trey come into this?
Old Trey comes from Tanner.
The mayor?
Tanner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he kind of linked everything up. So like the Old Trey thing kind of started when I was in jail. Okay. But before that, it was like this Patmore Wandsworth Road in G Street. And the youngsters were actually called YTFL, actually. And then Tanner's come, obviously he's from Brixton, PDC, and he's kind of linked everyone up together, innit?
So you're beefing with Brixton and Stockwell, then he's from Brixton, he makes...
certain people from Brixton, like individuals, not the whole of Brixton.
Not the whole of Brixton, yeah. So, okay, he's basically made a clique of different people from different areas, basically.
Yeah, do you know what? He don't even make it. It kind of just happened naturally because I was good friends with his younger brother. Okay. So it kind of all just happened like organically. It wasn't forced or nothing like, right, we're going to do that. No, it didn't go like that.
That gang stuff, what I noticed about it as well, it always fragments into different other little side cliques and someone else goes makes another gang and then internal beefs happen as well sometimes.
There was a lot of internal beefs because there'd be certain situations where like I would probably hide food in a block and one of the man would go and take it. There was a case where man used to leave machines in the block. One of the men was going to took that and sold it to someone on that side. I only found this out because I was in jail and someone said, yeah, I bought a machine off him. I'm like, pardon?
That is deep. And
like, there's more in-house beef.
There's no loyalty in that game.
There's no loyalty.
It's fake, you know that?
It's so fake, man.
Oh, no. You believe it.
You don't get nothing out of it, apart from a 30-year sentence, or you're dead.
Oh, no, that's true, man.
And I promise you, lads, young lads who's ever going to watch this, I promise you, boys, after your first 5 years, you get forgotten about. You're going to be staring at the floor thinking, why did I even pull this trigger? Why did I stab this person? You get forgotten about.
It's true, though, man. Especially that gangbanging stuff as well, man. There's no purpose to it.
None.
You know, sometimes when I see these kind of drugs gangs beefing, you know, 100 boxes went missing. I kind of understand it.
I get it.
You
I
understand
get
what
that one.
mean?
Yeah.
It's money, I get it. But like, so obviously I spent a lot of time in prison with Southman, innit?
Mm.
And obviously, like, I got relationships with a lot of people from there, and I just never understood it. And whatever. And I tried to ask him, like, I tried to ask someone, like, what's the point? I don't get this. There's no money. There was never a conversation about money. Like, someone's took someone's money.
Yeah.
It's just, boy, they're from there, we're from here. I'm like, boy, that don't make no sense to me.
Yeah.
And whatever. And so just going back to, obviously, when you were back out, 22 selling weed or whatever, but you still were going down the armed robbery route, right?
Yeah.
And
Well, the one I got nicked for anyway.
yeah, so 22, you were outside selling weed. Obviously, your brothers got shot.
Mm-hmm.
That was all around the same time, yeah.
All around the same sort of time, yeah.
Okay.
I think. When did tell it? I think he got shot like 07 or something like that.
Did you not think at any point, like, I gotta get the fuck out of this?
Yeah, of course. I've never really wanted to be involved with the gang stuff. Like I said, I just wanted to sell weed and make money, but all my friends happen to be part of it, so of course I'm part of it. Like, there'd be certain times we'd be doing music videos and I would make sure I'm not in it. Do you know what I mean? I'm in some old school ones with Timber, but
Yeah. That's actually quite smart, man. Because you know if they see it, they're gonna affiliate you. And
it's only me and my brother, the only white fellas there, innit?
Yeah, you're the only white guys in the clique.
With the dogs, like,
yeah, so
I was always known for ducking everyone down with my dogs.
Yeah, so you're gonna stand out in the
Yeah.
video. So the next time you went to prison after that, what was it for?
Oh, armed robbery. So my dad's just finished his 10.5-year sentence for armed robbery himself. So he's just got out like 2011 or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
I felt this time when he come out, I felt like he was like struggling mentally. Like, to me, it felt like he wanted to go back to prison. You know, like he's just so used to the regime and stuff. But I've had my daughter this year as well, 2011. So I'm playing my dad, just being a dad.
Yeah.
Selling a bit of weed, being a dad, not doing nothing. But it wasn't until like 2013 I got nicked for an armed robbery with my dad.
That's the one he got the 16 for now.
I got a 16. I ended up with 17 altogether because I got an extra year put on top. But he's just got his parole in it. He got an 8.5-year life sentence, but he's like 2 years over it now, over his parole.
Let me ask you a question quick, yeah? How did that conversation take place about doing an armed robbery with your dad?
It was more like my dad knew who I was kind of moving with.
So he knew, like...
He knew what I was moving. He knew the people I was moving with, and I think he just didn't like it. Like, he knows he can't stop me from doing it.
So he's trying to pull you away from that gang stuff and thinking, okay, let's go down this road.
Yeah, no, he knows I would do my best to stay away from the gang stuff and that. But he'd rather me do it with him knowing there's going to be like no grassing going on. Because, you know, when you get these big cases, people start talking.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, so you got to watch who you do your work with. So, anyway, I've done this. Dad's lined it up. Car's all in place and everything. Lovely. So, I remember I'll talk you through the robbery anyway. So, like 2 weeks before the robbery. Well, I've watched them fill up a few times now, innit? But anyway, 2 weeks before the robbery.
Where was it again?
It was in Tatnam Corner.
Okay.
Bruv, the geezer delivering the money this week, yeah. My man was about this high. He was about 5 foot. He was tiny.
Yeah.
I was thinking, this is going to be lovely. This is a quick little move here.
Yeah.
I thought, let me leave it for 2 weeks now. Because, you know, whatever, cameras and stuff. Anyway, the day of the robberies come.
They'll backtrack on the cameras for a few days.
Do you know what I mean? So I thought 2 weeks, leave it for a couple of weeks and come back. Anyway, I've come back. Car's in the perfect spot. They've pulled up in their fucking van. The geezer's got out, bro. My man's about 20 stone, bro. I was like, this ain't the same guy who come before.
Different guy.
Bro, this guy was looking wham, bro. And he was ex-military and ex-British powerlifting champion.
Yeah.
And now he's a blimmin' cashing transit security guard.
Why didn't you say that? Not today.
I've got a machine on me.
Okay.
I've got a machine on me.
It's going to be light work.
Yeah. So anyway, I've got out the car. I've stuck the gun to him, yeah. And as I've done that, he swung for me. He was not scared of the gun one bit. Remember, he's been in the military. He swung the box. So I've kind of rolled him. I've rolled it like that, and then I've gun bucked him. But you know when you get like, I panicked a little bit. You get tunnel vision, but I didn't realise how many times I've hit this man. I've hit him about 6 to 8 times. But I thought I only hit him once for some reason. No, he's dropped now.
Yeah.
But I've hit him about 6 to 8 times. Like in the, I've read in the paper he's knocked all his teeth out, which I didn't plan on none of that happening. Like, you just want the money and cut, don't you?
Of course, yeah.
So anyway, I've done all that. He's fallen on top of the money. So now I've had to do, I've had to do like a deadlift to get this man off the money. Anyway, I've got him off, got the cassette, cut out, got back in the car, gone. 3 days later, my house goes through. I wasn't there, but they've taken my dad. He's been nicked for, so they've gone back. They found the ANPR camera 5 miles away from the area of the robbery, in which my dad's car was seen driving in convoy with the car that was used 2 weeks before the robbery.
They don't play, man.
Yeah, that's what's linked to him. Obviously, my dad's just finished a 10.5 for him, so like, yeah, it's definitely the Clarkes. You know what I mean? So dad's gone. They've nicked him, robbery, whatever. I got nicked a week later because I was in court for something else. I got nicked for a burglary, and they got thrown out in court. It was so petty. Yeah. But when I was in court, I remember sitting there with my pal Badger, sitting there. I looked behind me, I see Arm Jakes. I was like, Badger, they're for me. Gave him my phone.
They had your dad already.
They had I knew this for me. I said, take my phone, mate. Gave him my phone. And I've looked out, they finished with me in court. And as I come out, you Lewis Clarke? I was like, yeah, took me to Red Hill Police Station.
Yeah.
Anyway, no comment interview. They gave me the little bits of evidence they had. Nothing. Literally just my car seen 2 weeks before, driving in convoy with the car that was used. Anyway, I got bail. I was like, this is not a case. They ain't got nothing. They don't know what colour the arm robber was, because they said, all the witnesses said they didn't see what colour he was, because he had a mask on. Yeah. They said they don't know what colour he was. He was tall and slim, and although we didn't see what colour he was, he sounded like a white man.
I don't mean that.
I stood up in court that when that come out. I said, I'm not being funny, but most of my mates sound whiter than me. Yeah. But it didn't work because all the jury were white.
So that was the evidence.
Yeah, no, yeah, and yeah. So they didn't find no gun, no money was found, no DNA in the car that was used. Just my car seen driving in convoy 2 weeks before, and on the day of the robbery, they got my phone in a 5 mile radius of that area. Okay. Not pinpointing me to the robbery, in a 5 mile radius of that area. So there's loads of little circumstantial bits of evidence that are adding up now. Then they followed me to Bicester Village, and I think I spent like £1,200. You know, you got the Ralph Lauren outlets and stuff. I didn't even buy a night for myself. I think I bought a pair of trainers for myself from Gucci, and they said I was spending thousands of pounds. Flying Squad. I can't even remember. But they
kind of went kind of deep with it.
Yeah, they had pictures of me, and from that they got the receipt. I spent £1,200, but they made it sound like I spent thousands, which I didn't. They used that, and even they took my laptop. And at the time, I think I was telling you boys, I was doing a bit of white collar boxing back then. So I used to, before my fights, I'd watch Mike Tyson's knockouts just to gas me up.
Yeah.
In court, they said Mr. Clarke was even looking at best ways to knock people out. What the hell was that got to do with doing an armed robbery?
That don't make no sense.
They had no evidence, so they're trying to make it work. And I was thinking, when it come back with a verdict of a guilty, I was thinking, this just don't make sense. How? I just don't get it.
That don't make no sense to me now.
Mate, you found no gun. You found no DNA in the car that was used. You don't know what colour the armed robber was.
That don't make no sense, man.
So anyway, comes to sentencing now. Mr. Clarke, please stand. I sentence you to 16 years in prison. I said, who, me? I look back like they made a mistake. 16 years. My solicitor said you'll be getting 10 being a good result or 12 being a bad result.
Yeah.
So when they come back for 16, I was like, nah. And then my dad stood up and they said, Mr. Clarke, sentence you to 8.5 years, life.
IPP.
Yeah, life. And he's like, oh, sweet, can I go now? Like, Dad was ready to go and do his bit of bird again.
He didn't care.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we got back to the cell and we're sitting downstairs. He's like, Lou, they stitched you right up. Like, I'm like, all right, Dad, like, fucking hell.
He's got a life sentence.
He's got a life sentence. He's like, well, at least we know what we're doing now, don't we? I'm like, oh yeah, sweet. I'm still trying to get over this. Like,
yeah, he just took it in his stride.
But he just took it in his stride. I remember the phone call when I got back to the prison.
Feel?
I'll be honest, boys. Like, I got back, the phone call I had from the reception at High Down to my daughter's mum, I did tear up. Not that I can't ride bang up. Yeah. I've let my daughter down.
Yeah, 100%. That's a long bird.
It's not me getting like I can't do jail. I can do jail. I've left my 2-year-old girl. I've left the 2-year-old girl, bro. Like,
did you not try to appeal it?
Yeah, they didn't knock me back.
Knocked it back.
They knocked me back.
And the sentence.
Because you know what happened? Sorry, I left a bit out here. When I've stuck the gun to him, the security guard said I pulled the trigger, and I didn't. I promise you, hand on heart, lads, I didn't pull the trigger. He said I pulled the trigger, and then looked at him, and then looked at the gun like, why didn't you go off? And then I hit him. I didn't do none of that because it's not on camera. You don't see me on camera doing that. On the camera, it sees me holding him, gun bucking him.
So they gave you. That's why they gave you the 16 because they believed him.
They believed him, yeah. Of course they would. He's ex-military and all of that, and that's what got me the bird.
Where did they hold you in remand?
High down. I'd done 3 years in High Down, but I had it nice because I was Jim Woodley. So I wanted to stay there as long as possible, and plus it's local to South.
One thing is listening to your stories. You never really had many problems in prison, did you?
No, I know how to carry myself. I know when to walk away from something before I do something dumb.
And you concentrate on the gym quite a lot, I know.
In the gym, I was an absolute beast in the gym, and that got me through my sentence. Really, like it's good. I had a good routine.
And just a quick question: what was meant to be your dad's role? Just getaway driver.
There's a little.
What they were alleging. Sorry.
They're alleging that Dad was the driver.
Okay, they gave him 8.5 years.
Yeah, where Dad wasn't even there. He was somewhere else. That wasn't him. Do you know what I mean? But there's parts I just don't even talk about because.
Yeah, of course, it is what it is.
But yeah, Dad was yeah.
So what's it called? So obviously now you've got a 16. When you were like, obviously that's a big kind of like a bird. Did you make your decision like soon into that sentence that I want to sort my life out now? No,
it's not into my first visit with my daughter, bro. Like,
after how long was that after you were in jail?
It was my first visit, like the first month. No, the first month after being sentenced. Because I was on remand, but it didn't kick in until I got sentenced. And I remember after, my daughter's like 2.5 now. She can walk, she can talk. Anyway, you know you got to sit down in the visits. She wants to play with Daddy. Anyway, I'm playing with her. It comes time to leaving now. And my daughter's called Hallie. She's turned around and said, "You come home now, Daddy." Bro, it broke my heart. You know, I got to stay strong. I got my daughter's mum's there. I got to stay strong for both of these girls now, innit? So she's like, "You come home now, Daddy." It's like, "I can't, I've got to go back to work, Hallie." She's like, "No, you come home now, Daddy." Bro, like, it breaks my heart every time I hear them words.
That's deep, you know.
They're actually my go-to words. You know, when I feel like depressed or I feel like doing something mad, all I can see is my daughter's face, and she stops me from doing dumb stuff.
Nah, you know what? That must have had a big mental impact, man.
I did.
I can't understand that. I've never been in that situation. I never had kids.
Yeah, I knew that at that point I was thinking I need to fix up. Like, I left her for just over 8 years, and now my daughter's in big school now. But on a good note, when I come out from that sentence, she was still in primary school. You know, they do like the Father's Day race and that.
Yeah, so you went there.
I had to come and smoke the dads and that there. And obviously, my daughter's friends, they don't know my daughter to have a dad. They've never seen her dad before.
They think he's just not about.
They think he's not about. So I've turned up on Father's Day race, on their races and that. I've won the race and they're like, "Hallie, who's that?" And she's like, "That's my dad." Proud moment, bro. Like, so I called that on camera anyway. Beat all the other dads. And
you know, when I was in prison myself, that's one thing I was always happy I never had kids while I was in jail.
It's so hard.
I had to see on the visit, innit, like people with their kids and stuff like that. And
it's heartbreaking, yeah.
I have to say on road, I would never have a ute while I'm on road. And then I stuck to it. I said, no way I'm bringing a ute into this, because you don't know where you're going to be tomorrow.
Mate, that was the hardest part about being in prison. It's just missing my daughter, knowing I'm not there to play a dad role.
That's deep, man. You were young when you had your daughter as well, wasn't it?
27, 26, I can't even remember now. And
what's it called? So is that when you made a decision, say, look, I'm going to get out of the sentence, and that's it, done?
Yeah, so them words just stayed with me for my whole sentence. "You come home now, Daddy." So I was thinking, I need to bang out these courses. I need to get to DCAT and try and get home as early as possible. I'd done all of that, but the thing is, when I got to DCAT, it was COVID. So they wasn't letting us out of prison. So I've got there. I'm not getting no town visits, no home leaves. I'm 6 months into, I'm nearly home now anyway. So I've done 8 years. I've done 8 years. There's no point, but I had 4 town visits, and the first town visit, I was surprised that she didn't have a clue I was coming out, and I dressed up as a minion. You know, a minion outfit. I was in a minion outfit, just waiting for her in a park, innit?
Seriously?
And yeah, she didn't know it was me.
Must have freaked
Then I took
out.
it down. I started chasing her. She didn't realise it was me. So we had our little moment.
So what? She was like 10 now, innit?
10, 11, yeah.
That must have been a big moment, man.
Big moment, like. And now, like, I know she's proud, like, she sees me doing, like, little stuff on TV and that now, or podcast. She'll see my face pop up and they'd be like, how do you use that? It's like, that's my dad, you know, like. Some really proud moments with her.
And so you came out in the COVID.
Come out in the COVID, yeah. Like, COVID in jail was mad. Like,
What was that like, man? I heard they was locked up behind the door. And
bro, like, see on our billet, they was bringing our surgery food to the billet. We wasn't allowed anywhere.
bring it, yeah.
So there's like, I think like 20 of us on each little billet in
Yeah.
DK, innit? We were stuck on there for about 6 weeks. Once, because everyone had COVID, all of us tested positive for COVID.
Seriously.
Like, I had it twice in jail.
But were you ill?
I was ill. I was stuck in my robe like for
That's the
days.
worst
Like, I
place to get
didn't
ill.
get dressed. I was stuck in my robe for like weeks even. My dad had it really bad as well.
So when you were in DCAT, obviously you got released from there, innit?
Yeah, I got released
What
from
was it
Spring Hill.
What was it like? That's our place for us that we go to.
Yeah.
I never been there, but I heard.
Yeah, I got released from Spring Hill. So yeah, I remember my girl comes to pick me up. Quick hotel stop off, you know how it goes, and then straight down to my daughter. She dropped me off on my estate.
How did it
picked my
feel like
daughter up.
after 8 years?
I struggled, bro. I see the first few months, I was playing it cool with everyone, but I wanted to go back to jail because I wasn't coping.
Seriously.
Yeah, I wasn't coping, man. And even now, I'm still struggling
How long
today,
you been
bro.
out? 3 years now, right?
No, I've been out 20 months.
Oh, you came out at 21, right?
I come out the end though,
yeah.
innit?
Oh, the second COVID
So
lockdown.
yeah, so it'd be 2 years. December I've been out.
And what, you still struggle with?
I still struggle day to day now, and I realised I've actually got like mental health problems and that, and I've been trying to get help with it. A lot of PTSD, like with the shootings and stuff. But I just noticed I'm doing a lot of weird things again, like especially at night time. You know, like there was a transit van parked up, yeah, but had the side door open. I was thinking, why is it there? I was thinking someone's gonna try and push me when I walk past that bit, so I just made sure I went round that way. But it's just a delivery driver dropping off parcels.
Yeah.
Just little things like that. I even bought myself a vest again. Like,
But
I'm not even active like that, but I just, you know, I just sort of just so on it, like just.
Do you think there's enemies out there that might still want to do something?
Not really, because I've not done. If you deep it, I've not
Your
really
thing,
done.
your thing is affiliation, isn't it?
Mine's more affiliation. Like,
Yeah.
I love all my friends, but I've not really done anyone wrong like that.
It's just that PTSD. That's how it is, man. It's not. You know what? I probably got it as well. I know I got it, but
Brother, everyone I think's a fed. Like, if I see two white men outside my house, I'm like, bro, they're Jakes. Why is there Jakes outside my house?
it's deep, isn't it?
Yeah, it's deep.
And it's like kind of like it's just normal.
And the reason why I'm like that as well is 'cause I'm going to blame the police for that. When they put surveillance on me, they made people sign up to my gym. There used to be some man who used to train right next to me. I'm thinking, bruv, why are you doing bicep curls in my squat rack? Like, just to try and listen to me. And I actually searched the gym when I got nicked for that case as well.
Okay, trying to find evidence.
But the people they had following me, they're so lucky, because I could have done something very, very bad to one of them. Because I wasn't to know if it was the police
Or someone up or something.
or someone. Because remember, I went jail for the other thing as well, you know, and people were still holding that against me, which I got a lot guilty for.
You were quite young. You were quite young then, wasn't you?
You know what I'm saying? So when
I thought that was much older. Like when you was much older when you got that charge. You were really young then. Wasn't it? Yeah, could be.
I remember that was my brother's second
Yeah,
charge as well.
I remember. How's your brother doing now?
He's doing a lot. He's doing a lot better, man. My brother works every day now, you know,
That's good, man.
paint and decorator. So shout out him if anyone needs it.
I'll put his details in there.
Yeah, no, he's doing really well now. He's doing really well now.
And you said you're trying to get help for the PTSD. What that? How?
Yeah, so they put me on something called a CBT course. It's like a therapy one-to-one session, but I'm not really finding this one helpful. And I find talking to men, I don't like it. I'd rather talk to a woman. Yeah, I think they're more mothering and nurturing, than men. Like when I was in there talking to us, I'm coming out of it because you're making me mad.
They've been trying to give you medication and stuff like that.
No, so in prison, I was actually on antidepressants called metrazepine, if you heard of them. I actually got addicted to them in jail.
Seriously?
I was on them for like 6 years, and they made me gain weight. They helped me fall asleep. It's more to help me fall asleep of the evening, especially when my daughter's mum left me in jail as well. That was a big struggle for me, like, to get over.
That's
So
the wrong place.
It is the wrong place. I can't blame her though. I'm doing a long time, and she done it right. She done it right. She told me it's not like she'd gone out and started fucking everyone. She's like, Lou, I can't do this. Like,
that's one of the biggest.
So that's
things.
like, even though it hurt, I have to respect her for that.
Yeah, come on, people.
Any other woman that go out and just start fucking everyone. Do you know what I mean? So I have to respect her.
That would probably hurt even more. That would hurt if you found that out.
Yeah, of course.
That would have destroyed you in there, man. And you know what? That's one thing I noticed. That's a lot of people. Like, it gets to them. You know, when someone leaves them,
bro. In jail, see everyone beefing in jail with their missus, and bro, you hear bare phones breaking, cells getting smashed up over women.
Same thing, man. But you know what it is with that PTSD thing, man? I'll be honest with you. You got kind of like, you got to kind of try to like, you know, like it's a constant battle, and it's in your head. You know what I mean? People, and you can never explain it to someone because they will never understand it unless they lived it.
Bro, I can just have the most randomest man walking behind me. I was thinking, oh, he's going to stab me. He's going to stab me. And I've got to like kind of move over to the side. And bro, it could be anyone. It could be like the neakest looking man. You just don't know. I don't judge people because you should never judge anyone. So man, I look at some people and think, fuck, he's going to like, I let people walk in front. Because I just know how my brain works, how I would do something. Yes, so
that's what it is. It's because how you would do it is what's running through your mind.
Especially with these new masks and that they've got, you know, the prosthetic.
I hate that mask, man. The ski mask sort of thing.
No, not even the ski mask. They've got the prosthetic faces and that now.
Oh, I ain't seen that.
They're very good.
Well, like a fake
They're
face.
very good. Yeah.
Well, it actually looks real,
bro,
though.
You pull it on, bro. Pull it on. It looks amazing. You can walk in anywhere and that with them. And I've been looking at these things. I think they're about $2,000. Been looking at his face, think, fucking hell, this is dangerous. Like,
it's dangerous, man.
So I'm still worried someone's just gonna stab me in the back when I'm not looking. It's a horrible way to live, man.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, with me as well, obviously them thoughts go through my mind, but you know what, like, obviously because like with my religion, it's kind of made me.
Does that help with it? That
helped massively, man. You know, it's there like, boy, at the end of the day, I know I'm not doing nothing, innit? If someone's gonna do something, they're gonna do it. I'll watch the way I step, you know, like I'll make sure I know what's around me. Do you understand what I mean? But I won't let it like consume me. Like, I'm not gonna stop doing something.
Some days it gets the better of me, and then some days I feel like I'm in mad control of it.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people with this as well, because you know, enough ex-gang members and that, and like for some of them, like, you know, just the whole religious part work like better than any drug whatsoever. Like, I know Brez, like from just around the corner from where we are now, they've like licked people down and everything, and they'll just walk road like they've done nothing. But it's that thing like, bro, like, I made mistakes, I've got to move on. I just leave it behind me. Whatever happens, happens. You know, there.
Yeah.
Some people like that. So it is a battle, man. A lot of people, you know what I realized? A lot of people have got PTSD and they don't even know they've got PTSD.
They don't.
And you know what they're doing? Self-medicating. Just constantly getting high, smoking weed, whatever.
I find like, see, like me and you talking now, I find this helps, you know. See all the podcasts and that I've been on. Like, I find it's talking like about it's like therapy for me. Like, this actually helps. I'm probably gonna have a good sleep tonight when I get home. Bro,
listen, I was driving my mate not long ago in London. I've got too close to the car behind. He's like, nah, back off. And I was there.
Because you've got to give you, bro. You need to give yourself space so you can cut out.
But the thing is, we're in an area that we've got no beef in this area. Bro, I'm like, bro, like, we got no beef in this manner. And he's like, bro, it don't matter, man.
It doesn't matter. You buck up with people in the most randomest places, but listen, you have to leave a good gap between each car because you need to be able to go left or go right if someone does block you in.
And that's the thing as well, Lewis, man. It's like people glorify that lifestyle, but they will never tell you about stuff like this. You know, there was a song by, you know, PNB, the guy who passed away. He got shot dead in America from Philadelphia. Remember? He had a song, and I can't remember word for word, but he said, I'm going crazy because I keep looking at the window. So he keeps looking at the window, you know, paranoia. And he was like, I'm going crazy, like, keep doing it. But, you know, he can't stop himself. You know what I mean? And that's the glamorization of that lifestyle. That's the thing they never tell you about.
Yeah.
You know, me, for example, like, there's things that I would never do. I don't ever take my kids out from, you know where I'm from? I'll go anywhere I want, but I won't take my kids, like, from where I grew up. Because in my mind, if something happens, I've got to be ready. You know what I mean? Like, and my kids with me is like a liability. You know what I mean? So that's like, it's a weird way to live, isn't it?
This is quite bad. But I was with my daughter the other evening in I think it was in Junction, and she was a bit worried because someone just got shot dead in Junction the other day. One of the youngsters. And anyways, there was a fella on the push bike, and she's like, "Dad, why is he riding so slow behind us?" And I had to say to my 12-year-old girl, I was like, "Hallie, if anything ever happens, can you please just run to the nearest adult and leave me to it, please?"
That's bad, man.
That's what I had to say to my daughter.
That's bad. Like
How sad is that?
It's in your mind, isn't it? And you can't get it out.
Can't get out, but she's aware of all of this sort of stuff because she lives. She's from an estate herself now. Remember, I don't live in South
That's
anymore.
a good thing you've done, you know. That's a big thing, man. Because a lot of people can't leave their environment. That's another problem.
I had no choice when I come out of jail. Obviously, I've done the Mapper hostel and all that, and then they housed me out of London. Do you know what I mean? So I just go in and out, pick my daughter up. But the other night, obviously, she's seen because that is her older brother's friend who got shot dead. So she's aware of all this stuff, people on push bikes and ski masks. She's like, "Dad, why is he like riding so slow?"
Yeah.
And I had to say to a 12-year-old girl, "How if anything goes off?"
They still live in the area where you. Okay.
If
so
anything goes off, please run to the nearest adult or into the shop and leave me to it.
Because I noticed you still go back to.
I have to. My daughter's there.
Your mum's there as well.
Mum's there, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to. I suppose you know it's common sense to just make sure you're looking over your shoulder, isn't it, man? Yeah, that lifestyle was crazy, man. So sometimes when I hear these rappers like glorifying it, I was like, either you ain't lived it.
Most of them haven't either, though.
Or is a case of like you're not gonna know until much later.
Cause I remember I've got 2 friends doing life now. They're nearly out. They nearly done their 18 years already. But one of them got guilty because they went and read his lyrics from one of his tunes back in like 2006. I'm talking.
Wow.
And talking about spraying a Mac 10, and they used that in court against him. Yeah.
That's deep, man. And you know now this younger generation, man, like you know what, I see them like starting where kind of you left off, sort of thing. Like you left.
I think they're worse now. They talk about chinging and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like
stabbing things.
Chinging,
really
like
bad,
that's all I ever hear in their little songs and that. Ching dim, ching dim.
Back in the day, it was more guns and stuff, but now it's
that's what I'm saying. When I was about, it was more machines than stabbings.
You got stabbed as well before, innit?
I got stabbed in Reading, of all places.
That's our place, bro.
Yeah, but it's you lot, man. You lot try and get me back in the day, man.
What year was that?
What year was that?
But you're not the first person from London to get stabbed in Reading.
Listen, it's done. Whoever done it, it's cool, isn't it? But
what was it?
Mango.
Yeah,
Mango.
Yeah.
Bro, it's in there. You got a smirk on your face. It's you,
bro.
No,
I left the road by that time. What year was that?
It's early. It's like maybe 06. Maybe.
I was in jail.
I come out of jail for a few weeks.
I was in jail from 05 to 08, so it definitely wasn't as lot. Was it Asian bros?
No, it's black boys. It's a mix. It was a mixed group. So Wiz inside, me and my pal Debo, but we had a fight with one of the bouncers.
Okay.
Anyway, punched up the bouncer, but the bouncer's younger brother was there with his little pals, which I don't know. I got outside, and I was in the middle of about 8 men, like all swinging for me. But see, when there's so much men swinging for you, they all miss anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, one of them's managed to get me in my back. I didn't even know at this point. Got back in the car. Sitting in the back of the car, I was like, fucking hell, someone dashed their drink on me, man. I done that. I'm not good with blood boys, innit? I've done that. I was like, oh shit. Who? Debo slapped me in the face. Wake up, you dickhead. Went to hospital. But I know it's a minor, but I only got like 4 stitches.
Did he actually say that?
Yeah. It was.
Imagine me stabbed you. That's what you hear.
Bro, he clapped me in my head in the hospital, and it's like, wake up, you dickhead. Like
RBH.
Yeah. So yeah, I only got stabbed once.
Yeah, what's it called? That club there is like.
Does it used to go off back in the day?
It's not the greatest place to go.
I think we used to like go there and link some girls and up there. But a few of my friends will live up there now.
Most. So you got friends down there now, yeah?
Yeah, we was talking about Hollywood.
Oh, Hollywood. Oh, that's Hollywood.
Yeah. Talking to him today. Yeah.
A lot of guys that end up down there's always a lot of the times through girls that end up there. But do you remember them 2 girls that got tortured and stuff? So basically,
that fella used to live on my estate.
Yeah, they're from your area.
It's from my area.
So what had happened to them was that I think one of them is nearly out. You know.
Wow.
Yeah, because he's been 20 years now, really.
Wow.
It's coming up 20 years now.
His brother went to school. I went to school with his brother.
Yeah. So what had happened? So this story is so crazy. So you see our neighborhood where we were from, like if you were from out of town, you couldn't sell drugs in our neighborhood, but you could sell it wherever else you want, but not. And people respected it. We were quite like well entrenched in London, so we knew a lot of people. So it was long for they were trying to make money in it. The county lines or whatever, they don't come down for beef.
Yeah.
So what had happened? We've got locked up. They've locked up about 20 man from my ends. So the market's kind of open now. So they've moved in to the like area, you know,
Yeah.
in the county lines or whatever. We're all locked up. So these individuals from your ends, they're doing their little thing, but you got the local goons in it. So what they've done, they've seen what they're doing. Okay, cool. So what the details are, I don't know, but the allegation is one of them girls, she's left the door open and the local guys have gone in there to rob the London guys.
Yeah, that's it. Sound like that, innit?
And then apparently one of the Reading guys stabbed up the London boy who was there and took the drugs or whatever. So he's gone back to London, got stitched up or whatever, and brought his boys back. But they don't know who it is. They ain't got a clue who it is, or who are you looking for?
They just do, yeah.
So they said, okay, get the girls. So they got the 2 girls.
Get the next best thing,
Bro,
sort of thing.
Do you know how, and this is what I always say to the kids, man. Bro, you see that life there? Bro, you don't know when it's going to come back on you. So imagine they've grabbed the girls. The hotel they've took them to is like a hood hotel. Like, I've chopped up drugs in there. Everyone's chopped up drugs in there. It's just one of them hotels, yeah? No questions asked. They've, apparently, from what it said in the paper, they've tortured the girls.
They have, yeah.
Like, hot water, iron. I think they injected heroin into them. Obviously, but remember, I think they want the guys that done the stabbing, but these girls can't get hold of the guys.
Yeah, because they're from Battersea and like Junction area, isn't it?
Yeah, but the guys, the local guys who done the robbery, you don't know where they are now. They're probably gone somewhere. Like,
you got to take a loss on that one.
Yeah, you got to take a loss. So what they've done, that frustration that must have been in the guy must have been deep. So they've took him to the park just around the corner. Imagine, this is the brutal part of it though. They've stabbed the first girl 17 times, I think it was. They've stabbed her, but they made the friend watch.
Oh man,
They
I
said,
didn't even know this part.
Bam, 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 stab. It's the whole Wikipedia page about it.
I try not to read these things, you know, like any negative stuff now, anything to do with police or shoot, I don't read now.
Stabbed her 17 times. When she died, they said, yeah, your turn now. And bam, licked one, they shot her straight in the head.
Oh, what, 2 girls died then? I thought it was just the one.
No, so when they shot, there's the girl they shot in the head. You know, obviously these London guns, sometimes the bullet's not penetrated. It's gone in the head, but it's not penetrated through. So she's unconscious for like 3 hours or whatever, 2 hours. But she's woken up, obviously alerted passerby, and then obviously they all got nicked and stuff like that. Yeah, but they were from down your way.
Yeah, I know they are.
Yeah, oh, you know them like that, yeah?
Yeah. One of them lived in my estate.
Yeah, that was brutal.
And then he moved out when he was when he was late teenage years.
You know what, I don't even know what they got robbed for, but I don't think it was more than 9 ounces. Like 4 ounces.
Take a loss, man. Look, now, what are you doing? 30s, 20s?
I think 27s, 24s and stuff. I think the one that went guilty got 24, but he's out soon apparently. He might be getting out soon.
Yeah, I ain't heard their names in years.
Bro, that's the brutality of that game, man. And people don't understand, like, and you know, a lot of other people's PTSD is from, you know, getting hurt.
Yeah.
You know, getting stabbed and shot or kidnapped or whatever, whatnot. It'll never, you know what I always say, the game will affect you one way or another. Like, one way or another. So what you got now, you got a lot of like drug dealers that, you know, they know the consequence of the game. So what they try to do is like, they're kind of like the hiding drug dealer. You never see them in the area or whatever, but that's a PTSD in itself, because you're constantly hiding because you don't want to get kidnapped.
Yep.
You understand what I mean? You don't want to end up in the back of someone's car or van or whatever. And it's like, it's crazy what we risk for the reward. Do you understand what I mean? Because in reality, it's money we want, isn't it?
It's money at the end of the day, yeah.
You understand what I mean? Look how much effort and danger you put yourself into. Imagine just concentrating on something legit.
Bro, do you know, while I was sitting in jail though, yeah, I sat there, I was thinking, seeing bare doors just open and thinking, do you know what, I can go through this door, I can go through this door. I started writing out my little goals. I want to achieve this by this time when I get out. Like, so I see myself being on telly and stuff. I've got something coming out very, very soon. Like,
well, it'll be aired the same day this comes out. It's
gonna air the same day this comes out.
Yeah, guys, Channel 4. That's
Channel 4. What, 31st?
31st,
Channel 4. You'll see me on there, 9:15.
So, but what's it called? That's a good look though, man. At least you're trying, man.
Yeah, that's the right word there. Yeah. I'm trying. I'm trying.
I know people have given up, you know.
Because, mate, I've not got the money what I used to have, like, and, mate, I still think about robberies and stuff, but I would never do one ever again. I would never ever leave my daughter by herself ever again. Like, that broke my heart.
Because back then she's probably a bit too young to remember now.
I remember she had she had an older brother as well, and I was around him quite a lot, so I let him down as well, and he still loves me to this day. And he's gone down a bad path right now as well, because he's ended up in prison. My daughter's older brother, and he looked up to me as well. So I set a bad example for him as well.
How long is he doing?
He got a 5-year sentence, but he's got to do 3/3 of it now.
Your daughter's 10 now, isn't it?
12.
12, and this
12.
is the most important parts of her life, man. Like the most important parts, secondary school and, you know.
Yeah, she's just gone into year 8 now. She's doing all right in school. I just got to keep turning up and just making sure she knows dad's there, innit?
Well, you know the game, the way it's kind of affected me. My kids, like my son, he's like 14, innit? I don't let him walk home from school alone with his mates. Because I just think, like, you know, like, that's one of the mates pulls out a cigarette or a spliff. And
yeah, because they're all vaping in it now as well.
It's like, nah, man, you ain't walking home with your friends, man.
I'll be honest, my daughter don't let me walk her home now. She's like, I'm like, Hallie, I'm going to meet you after school. No, Dad, I'm walking back with my friends. Like, she don't want me to come and embarrass her. And
for girls is a bit different.
She's quite a good girl, you know, because I noticed all the little teenage girls, they're all doing vapes and that, where my daughter's, she's not into none of that. She likes playing out with her friends. She's at that age now. I'd phone her, Hallie, I'm coming down to see you. Oh, Dad, I'm playing out with my mates. So she doesn't really want to see me as much now, which obviously it's understandable. You rather be with your mates.
How's your bridge in Timber?
Timber, this guy, man, absolutely talented.
Big him up, man.
Hey, Timber, I miss you. He was one of the best rappers in the UK back in 2009. But he keeps having stints in and out of prison. Like he had an anthem back in 2009, Home of the Murders, and that's probably the only music video I'm in. And he just keeps going in and out of jail. Like he needs
Is he back in now?
He's back in again now. He's got parole coming up next month.
Is it a recall?
Yeah, he got a recall.
Okay, but they're recalling man like that now, man.
Yeah, no, it's really petty. His recall as well. It was his fault and it wasn't. It's a petty recall. So I'm hoping he can come home again. He's got one last chance with music. If he can't come home and give us 8 bangers in 1 year, then he's got to do something different. There's a lot of competition, man, and it seems everyone's trying to rap now.
They're trying to get out the ends.
Yeah.
But what's it called? But you've done good now, 2 years, man.
Yeah, 2 years.
A lot of my friends that come out, they get recall quite quickly, man, because it's so petty with it now. Like one piss test and that's it.
Do you know what? There's some fella who I linked up with when I come out of jail, and I need to big him up because he's done a lot for me. He's called Silky. He's a rapper, but he raps over house beats.
Okay.
And
where's he from?
He's from like Southways and that, but he took me on, so I go on tour with him, like go shows with him when he's performing. Yeah. Like he gives me bits of work, like driving to and from the clubs, like a tour manager sort of role.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, me and him are together quite a lot.
That's good though. At least, you know what, like I said, at least you're trying, man. I got like people that have given up, man, sit in the flat smoking weed all day. Like that's it. Like claiming benefits.
This is what people do though. They give up too easy. Like they think they can have get to wherever they want to get to within 6 months. No, I set myself a 5-year project. I'm 20 months into it. Do you know what I mean?
It's still early days, man.
It's still early days for me. Like I'm gonna be on telly doing shows. Well, I'm on telly doing shows.
Like you came out in COVID as well, man.
Come out in COVID. Come out at a hard time.
It's deep. And your pops, what, you in contact with him regularly? Yeah.
I'm in contact with my dad every day.
You think he's hanging up the gloves? You better off.
Hey, do you know what my dad said to me in jail?
What?
Do you know what he said to me? He's like, Lou, that bit of work's still gonna be there when we get out. I said, on your ones, Dad. Hey, listen, I love my dad so much. My dad's more like my big brother. Like, he can't really tell me off. You're in and out of jail. You can't really tell me off, Dad. He try and direct me and guide me, but he can't tell me off. Do you know what I mean?
Like, for me, man, so I see like with my kids and that, I just want them to like do something like, something like man could be proud of,
That's what I'm trying to get my daughter. Like, I'm trying to work out what do you want to do, how, like, go to drama class, go to dance. I'm trying to get her into something, but she's not really interested. These kids nowadays, they need to come away from this technology.
Yeah, technology, man, they're on it 24/7, man. I feel it's kind of like it's a complete waste of time sometimes, man. Just watching stupid pranks.
Listen, I'm one to be on TikTok for a couple hours and not even realizing sometimes because I'm watching silly videos.
Yeah, it's easy, man. And what you doing for like? You doing your gym stuff, like?
Yeah, so
back on that, you said.
Yeah, I'm trying to sort my shoulder out first, but
you got some long-term injury, innit?
I done it 2018. I've had 2 operations on my shoulder in jail. I used to be like 17 stone in jail. I was out here like I was the strongest in every jail I went to. Like,
is it like okay now? Is it
not really? Like,
What is the injury?
I had a rotor cuff
cuff.
tear.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's bad,
they fixed that. Then my shoulder come out, and it's just never been the same. I think, you know, when you're in jail, you do the ego lifting. You want to put as much weights on the bar as possible, deadlift as much as possible. Like, I was a machine in jail. I wasn't just big, I was fit as well.
Cardio and stuff.
Cardio, like I'd make sure I'd do burpees every single day without fail just to keep me explosive. But I used to bench heavy lifts and that.
Have you never been into like prisons and schools and that, talk to kids and stuff?
This is what I really wanted to get into, and I don't know if you lot can help me out or point me in the right direction. Like, but I want to do like a tour of schools. Like, even if you come and join me yourself, and we do a massive tour of schools across the UK. But it's just certain days I get overwhelmed, and I don't want to commit to something and not turn up.
Nah, but I think like that would be definitely something good though.
I think after this show comes out, I'm definitely going to be going into schools.
You have that as exposure as well. Like,
it's going to be good exposure for me, and hopefully, like, some of the kids actually look up to me and think this guy's done jail. Look, he's on telly now.
So imagine what happened to me. So one school contacted me one day. They contacted me. I must have seen it on YouTube or something. They said, "Can you come to our school to talk?" I'll give it like to talk to the naughty kids, the ones that's been kicked out, and all of them ones there. I was like, all right, cool, no problem. I don't really do public speaking, but I said, cool, I'll do it. And they said, what fee? What's the fee? I'm like, no fee. Like,
listen, you got to realize your name is your brand.
So imagine, I'm like, yeah. What? They said, nah. They said, look, we've got to spend this money on someone. Like, we have to pay someone, because remember, it's not the school's money. They allocated the money.
Yeah.
By the government or the council, sorry. So they goes, look, we have to spend this money. That's what we have to pay you. You understand what I mean? We're gonna have to buy something else with it, pencils or something. So I don't know what to say. I've never done it before.
Yeah.
But do you know how much they gave me? They gave me £750 to talk for 2 hours.
That's amazing.
I was like, what? It was like kind of deep. Like, I was like,
you're getting paid and you're actually helping kids,
man.
How sick is that,
and
bro?
And you know what the mad thing is? I saw myself in them kids. They just lost. Just don't know what they're doing, where they're going. They think they're the coolest with the.
What was your like main bit of advice you gave them?
My main bit of advice was like, listen. Try to just listen. You know the problem. See, let me tell you something. You see, when we were growing up, we didn't have a lot of money. Our family, it was 10 of us, in a 3-bedroom house, and like things used to kind of like, maybe some type of trauma. But like, for example, there was 5 of us in 1 bedroom.
Wow.
Just stand like, it's not nice. Like. It's just, it wasn't a nice, and I used to always kind of like want things like from a young age. We never had like a computer console when we were young and stuff like that. And my dad used to have a car. My dad was a hard worker, didn't speak much English, but factory, like 12 hours a day, 6 days a week.
Grafting.
So we didn't see him most of the time. Because remember, he's traveling an hour to work, hour back. You don't see him comes home at night when you were going to bed. So money was hard to come by, but then he was also supporting another 10, 15 people in Pakistan. So that little £100 he sends over there goes they're in the village, in the mountains. You know what I mean? So money was really, like, as a kid, I've never been to McDonald's, never been to Toys R Us, none of that stuff, So money was really hard to come by. That was one of our motivations to be on road, was to kind of get money and stuff. But he was a hard worker, my pops. But I remember he used to have this car. The car used to have different colour panels. There's a red car with a blue panel, and the back door and the back's got a hole in it. And it was there, so he used to take me to school in the mornings. I'd be like, Dad, drop me around the corner. And it was there. You can't go. But I remember he used to always give me a lecture on the way to school. Every single, that I still want to block my ears because it's always the same lecture. You know what he used to always say? You're gonna regret it if you don't study now. And it was there. Like, you could do something, because I was quite smart at school. You know, I mean, I was like maths top set and things like that. Yeah, I was in all the dumb
classes.
I was quite good with numbers and stuff. So anyway, like, and I think he kind of knew that, innit? But in my mind, is like, it's going in one ear. I'm not even listening, paying attention. Just what I mean. And I think to myself, what if I actually paid attention to someone? You're the head of the year. Even he still, because they saw, he's quite smart, innit? The head of the year, try to sit man down. I think we were traumatized by that time, going through racism or I don't know. It wasn't, mentally wasn't in a good place.
Did you experience a lot of that growing up?
Yeah, loads of it, man. It was normal. Like,
that's not normal, man.
It was just, okay, cool, it was there. Like, so I was saying to someone on the other podcast the other day, so we linked, so the area we lived in, the Reading football ground was in that area. And remember, they're always Division 1 and 2. And so remember, you got all the Millwall, Stoke,
when you get
Cardiff, and you have to walk through our neighbourhood to get to the football club. You know what I mean? So when we're like 8, 9, like we know our parents take us inside, the football's on. You know what I mean? So anyway, so like being told to go back to your own country and the P word, this is just normal stuff to us. You understand?
That's
But
sad, bro.
but we linked racism with football. Because we kind of thought, okay, this is kind of the same sort of thing. You understand what I mean? Like, because at 10 years old, you're not like a bloody professor, are you? So like, we never supported England in football. Like, we had no like support the football World Cup and that. We wanted England to lose because in our mind, if they win, it's more problems for us. You understand what I mean? And whatever and stuff like that. But what's it called? So we never had that kind of thing. So I reckon, like looking back now, we kind of had that thing inside us, like that trauma already. Just like, because we didn't really understand where we belong. Like, boy, we're born here. Huh?
Do you get a lot of that now?
Nah,
do you think it's got a lot better over the years?
Look,
or is it getting better?
I got to be very honest, and it was there. From the aspect of blatant, in-your-face racism, that's got much better.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, like back then, go back to your own country was just standard, and it was there, and whatever. So it's got much better. It's just, you know what is the problem is the people who are in charge of us, isn't it? They're the ones that pull the strings, innit? You'll start, I mean, for their own agendas and whatever, whatnot. Want to win the elections, let's stir up some racial hatred and stuff like that. And whatever, things have definitely got much better. Because for us, it was just, we just understood like, okay, that's it. This is just how it is in England. Because we kind of thought everyone's going through the same thing that we're going through. And whatever, whatnot. So it wasn't nothing that was unusual for us, like getting chased by, I'm 15 years old, getting chased by 35-year-old racist guys trying to kill man. You understand what I mean? And but obviously, but the thing was the racism went away when we got violent. And the road violence is not the same as hooligan violence.
It's not.
It's on another level.
It's different now.
Do you understand what I mean? It's different. So in our mind, that's the solution. Do you understand what I mean or whatever? And it's sad, it's deep, and I look at it and whatever, but I realise now, like, right, you know what, if it wasn't for that, might have been a different outcome. You know, people always say this thing, why do Asians always stick together? And it was there because they used to have a thing called back in the day. There's a wiki, you can read it on wiki, called Paki bashing. It was just a common thing. You know, you're from London, alhamdulillah is a bit more multicultural there. London's ahead, you know what I mean, when it comes to multiculturalism and stuff like that. You're kind of way ahead to some places.
My school was proper multicultural.
Yeah, London's always been a bit unique, especially areas where you lot are from, because you lot are like kind of like inner London. You understand what I mean? So growing up like that, we were confused, didn't it? You understand what I mean? So we thought like boy, okay, we're Pakistanis.
You thought it was like kind of all against you.
Yeah, you understand what I mean? So it's like, boy,
it makes sense why we used to see it like that. You
stick together.
Stick together, yeah.
Do you understand? Because we heard like, you know, so like, did you ever hear of the WOMAD Festival?
No.
So you know they had the Reading Festival. That was actually called the Reading Rock Festival first, but there was a festival that used to be a month before that called the WOMAD. The kind of that, you know, the hippies guys. But because we had this image of skinhead racists, anyone we would see with a skinhead, we would just naturally think.
See, one thing I'd say as well, because obviously my daughter's mixed race.
Yeah, I know.
So my whole family was white before me and my brother, because both our baby mums are black. It's not that my family are racist and that, but it's like they stuck together. Yeah. But you know, like as soon as my dad see my daughter, he fell in love with her instantly. And because I've never seen colour, all my friends were black, Chinese,
when you're
Asian.
Growing up, you don't think about things like that, man.
Like, so I've never looked at it like from your sort of view growing up, bro. Like, because I wouldn't have seen it, because I've experienced racism to myself a couple of times now. Some black guy said it wasn't racist, but I remember I spat. Yeah, imagine he's over there though. Yeah. But I spat right there, and he said, "Yo, white boy, am I my shoe?" Yeah, bruv. It started a fight anyway. I had a fight of about 20 yardies, bruv, doing fly kicks, throwing Heineken bottles at me, and then the bus driver called my mate a white pussy clot.
But you know what? Every colour could be racist.
Yeah.
And whatever. It's like, it's just, I mean,
like, see in my friend group, because there's so many different I get called every single white name under the sun by my friends, like my black friends or my Asian. We cuss each other. Like they can call me whatever they want because I'm not.
That's your people, though.
Yeah,
it's different. You understand what I mean, and whatever. So, yeah. So I think like with us, that kind of messed our like head up a little bit from a young age.
I would do,
you
man.
understand what I mean? Like we didn't really know, like. So we just felt safe within.
You proper broke this down to me. You know, it proper made sense to me now.
You know what it is, like people don't understand, like, you know, like, because you know what it was hard for us, because I was chatting to Young Spray about this the other day, innit? Because Young Spray wasn't born here. He was born in the islands. So it was different. We were born here, innit? And it was there. So, like, for example, when I was a kid, I was a Liverpool fanatic.
Yeah.
Robbie Fowler days and whatever. We would play football in the park from 10 o'clock till 7 in the evening in the summer.
I used to love football.
Like, love football, you understand what I mean? And like we were fanatics, but so like we couldn't understand like what's different about us, you know? Why? Because we used to have a park, we used to all hang out in it. So these grown men would drive past, go back to your own country, making the monkey signs or whatever, and we're like little kids playing in the park. Do you understand what I mean? It was really kind of a strange thing to do to little kids, you know. And I told that story of in 1997, we were 15 years old. I was 15, sorry. Went to watch Prince Nazim Hamid fight Kevin Kelly in New York. But we were watching it in England, obviously. The fight was in New York, so it was late.
Oh, that was a bad boy fight as well.
Big fight.
That was I remember that fight.
So it was a heavy night. Naz won. Boom, we were happy. On the way back, we're in the take, we're getting some late night food, some chips and whatever. Oh, man, looked round. Guess who walks in? Hooligan type guys. We're like, oh, damn.
Just not tonight, lads. Come
You
on,
understand? We're 15. These guys are 35, 30. Big men. So I remember... I looked at my brethren, and we're mentally in the same place. Let's get the food and let's get out of here. I was there. As soon as they walk in, because you know the guys working are like Asians, but they're from back home Asians. They don't really speak English. They're going to take...
They will take that all day long. They're just grafting.
And they start, it smells of curry in here. I'm like, bro, you're in a bloody Pakistani takeaway. Of course it smells of curry. And I was there just making bare comments and that. I'm being quiet though, innit? Whoa, man's 15 years old. I ain't fighting these guys. There's like 5 of them. Let's get this food. Let's cut. And I was there. So boom, they ain't said nothing to us. We've grabbed the food. As we've grabbed the food, walking out, they followed behind. Wait, stop. So we've turned around. I'm ready to cut, but I'm not cutting without my mate. Like you understand, like, so we've turned around. The guy goes to us. Wait, back. He just start that nonsense. My friend looked at him. He gave him that sweep kick in the leg, and as like he's got the buckled, my brain just punched him in the face. But as the punch landed, we were mentally in the same place. Yeah. We've spun around and wham, we've gone. We're kids. These guys probably just drunk, come at the pub or whatever. We've ducked, and bro, they're chasing us. So we've jumped into a garden. We're hiding. Oh, we could hear like, where is this back? They're going mad. He's got punching her.
This is sad though, man.
But I'm not gonna lie, man, I was frightened probably. Innit? I can't remember like the deeds, but man, I was sitting there thinking, if we get caught today. So, like when Stephen Lawrence got killed, for example. Yeah. Like that made man scared. I was about 11 them times when he died. 10, 11. And like that was scary for man. Like, right, do you understand what I mean? Like they'll actually kill you, these people. So we had this phobia of, skinheads. So you might not be racist, but if you see a skinhead and we're 12, 13, we're gone. Yeah. You understand what I mean? So imagine what happened to me. It's a funny story. So about 7 years ago, I'm in Saudi Arabia. I went to make pilgrimage. On the plane coming back, I'm sitting, the aisle's in the middle, so I'm sitting on the edge. Yeah. There's a white guy sitting next to me. But he's got a clean skin, the shiny skinhead, was there. So I'm already like, my back's up. Like, what is this guy doing in the plane?
My dad does it. He's got a shorter as well.
But that childhood PTSD, like, is there, like, yo, this guy racist on the plane, like, what's going on? Bruv, obviously, because he's sitting there, we end up talking. Bro, he's one of the nicest people I ever met in my life.
We're very, as humans, we're very quick to judge.
Do you know what I mean? But it's, experiences, do you know what I mean, or whatever. So it's deep. So I've seen like Muslim women attacked, like beat up and like stuff like that. We've seen like madness and whatever. So it's like, it's deep. But like I said, man, what it is.
Did you have like, obviously you experienced all of that, yeah? Did you have any like hatred towards white people after that?
Some of my closest friends at school, white man, was there. Like one of my close friends now that I check for quite regular. Like, he's someone who I like trust like properly, He's a white guy, but you see what it is. You see, like even then it was different. If it's not, you see now, like schools like kind of don't tolerate that stuff. So when I was in school, I was like, there was not many Asians in my school. I got kicked out my main school where I was with my mates. So I had to go to a different school. So we were sitting, like, for example, science class. There'd be a guy sitting there and he would non-stop tell racist jokes in front of the teacher. The teacher wouldn't even do nothing because they didn't even know what to do about it. You know, because it's like 30 years ago. You understand what I mean? And obviously I would swear back. I didn't know any white jokes. You understand what I mean?
I can't remember not one white joke.
Yeah, I don't know any white jokes. I'm saying, F you, you know, was there, this, that, and whatever. But like I said, man, you know what? But you know, I'd be fair. See the racism at school, I don't feel them people racist. I don't blame them. They're kids and they're only hearing what they hear on the state from their elders.
Yeah.
The ones who are, you blame is the people who are grown men, innit? You understand what I mean? And whatever, whatnot. But like I said, man, it is what it is. It's just the next generation, isn't it? They got, you know. But like I said, man, hate comes in all shapes, sizes, colors, everything. You know, it's there. Like, don't get twisted. You get racist Asian people, racist black people.
Yeah.
It's there, and whatever, whatnot. But the reality is, man, we all bleed red, innit? Like,
yeah. How you know when you see a skinhead?
Nah, I'm cool now. And
Yeah.
You know, like, don't get me wrong. I would never ever go to a football match.
Yeah.
I would never go. You see that? Did you see when them 3 black players missed the penalties?
Oh, Saka and that, they got it, didn't they? Yeah.
But didn't you see that brother from Big Ego Media? He was at the match, innit?
Big Ego Media. Who's Big Ego?
Bobby Kazanga.
Oh, Bobby Kazanga, yeah.
Yeah, so he was at the match, innit? So he videoed, like, he's on the live or whatever. No, so he's making a video. He goes, bro, hot footing out of here quick before this goes wrong.
All the white people started.
But then obviously when the online abuse started and whatever. See,
that was massive as well, wasn't it, with the online abuse for them 3?
Yeah, see, I would never go to a football match. I think that PTSD I couldn't enjoy it and was there because I would just think sooner or later.
I've been to quite a lot of Chelsea games and I've heard things.
Yeah, that was the
I've heard a lot.
A lot of people just deny it and say no, but no.
Because this is what I worry. Like, obviously it's not good anyway. But if I'm with my daughter and you shout out black something,
you have to punch him.
I've got to do you something now.
And then get recalled.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, you know what is that?
You just got to use your brain in situations, man.
What I've noticed, man. No matter who a person is, whether whatever colour they are, I notice people just have hatred in them just for the sake of having hatred.
But I just don't get it because I really don't see it. See, when I look at you I see like just another human being.
Like you grew up because this is the way you grew up in it. It's different. You just know what I mean.
This is what people just been breaking down to me as well. Because sometimes I get the ump when I'm on like Instagram and someone I commented the other day. Someone said, "Oh, these white people." I said, "Bro, what do you mean these white people?"
And that's another thing in Islam. You know, like you can't generalize, isn't it?
That's what I got into argument with someone on it. I ended up deleting the thing because I was thinking, you're just getting into arguments with some silly people.
You can't say these people.
Yeah, that's what you done. These white people. Yeah.
You can't do that about anyone. No one. You know what's there. You can't even say that about a family.
Because that's what I said. I said, why don't you just say, oh, these random people? Why do you have to bring race into it and say, oh, these white people?
If they mean it in a generalization term, it's wrong, innit? Just like what I mean or whatever. So you can't do that.
It was actually on Bobby Kazanga's page as well.
But you know that. But that's the thing. But we live in a mad world, man. And it was there, and like you know what, you got to remember something as well. We live in a world where a lot of this stuff is pushed by media and whatever. Look what, for example, is happening now in Gaza. It was there. One side looks humane, the other side look like animals. And it was there. And kids,
they can make it look whatever they want.
Malcolm X said that back in the day. He goes, the media will make a guilty person look innocent, and he'll make an oppressor look like the victim. You know what I mean?
I can't watch it. You know, when I watched the Gaza thing on the news and that, and brother, I have to turn over.
800 kids have died in a week. You know, that's like a secondary school wiped out. No, primary school wiped out. 800 kids. But we live in you know what it is? It's evil and good, innit? That's the truth. There's some people that are just evil, bro. You know what I mean? Like, there's some people that have just something in their heart and you don't know. You know what I mean? Or why they like that, but people are just like that, man. It's deep, man. Yeah, but sometimes you look at that stuff, it's scary. Like, you know what? I'll be honest with you. Like, I look at that stuff, man. I think to myself, boy, can they switch on us one day?
Yeah.
And just start killing us.
You never know.
They'll just justify it somehow, you know, it's there.
Somehow, yeah.
And like boom, 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 and like flipping crazy. We live in a mad world, man. Like, we live in a crazy, and you know what's scary now? Everyone's got nuclear weapons.
Click of the button, wipe everyone out.
Wipe everyone out one time. That's like
the Russians have got some submarine with some mad nuke on, yeah. what will cause a tsunami to wipe out the UK.
Yeah, but I think if they let off a nuke in the ocean, it will cause a tsunami, innit?
Yeah, but they're saying a tsunami will be so big it will cover the whole of the UK.
But we live in scary times, man. And you know
A big everyone just enjoy life, please, man. Fuck, man.
One thing I don't trust. Man.
Serious, everyone just enjoy life, man. Fucking hell, go watch a podcast or something, man.
Well, you know, one thing I don't trust is mainstream media, man. I think these people are just liars and just they don't care. They got their agendas, innit? You know what I mean? Whoever
A lot of hidden ones, yeah.
It's just whoever runs them, innit? And whatnot. But anyway, bro, man, like, you've had a mad life, man. But alhamdulillah, you're still young, man. You're not like, you know, you come out. Some people don't realize till it's too late, man.
Bro, I would have had a lot more stories for you, but I've saved 50% from my book.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
man.
there's a lot coming in the book.
When do you reckon the book will come out?
Early next year.
Early next year. Is in right?
Yeah, it's halfway through now.
It's halfway through, yeah.
But obviously I've done a few podcasts now. I've told you half my life.
Yeah.
The other half is coming in the book. There's a lot of juicy stories. There's a lot of ups, downs, embarrassing ones.
Man. That's good, man. You know, like I said, man, is just keep pushing and keep trying to, you know, connect the dots, basically.
That's exactly it. Just connecting the dots, man.
And hopefully something will gel, bam, just what I mean. But yeah, with the mental health thing or something, you got to like take time, man. But one thing I always, you know what, this is a message to anyone with mental health. Don't take drugs, man. You know, anyone that takes drugs, I have noticed every single time it will make the person's mental health issues worse.
Yeah.
Because just putting a chemical into your brain when your brain's having issues already, it was there.
It's true. It's like, remember I was in jail, I was on them metrazepine tablets, bro.
Nothing like
6 years I was on them.
You know, see with me, alhamdulillah, I've never ever medicated like that in any way, shape or form. It was there.
That's good, man.
I was like, you know, just pray, man. That's it. That's my thing, you know, pray.
Maybe I need to start praying or something, man.
We learn about. I'll send you some stuff about Islam, man. It's deep. You know, like I said, the sad thing is like, you know, sometimes when they're talking about Islam in the mainstream media, I don't even recognize the Islam they're talking about. I'm like, where did you even get that stuff from?
Yeah.
Just what I mean. That's not what we've been taught. It was there. But like I said, you know,
on media they show what they want to show, though. Especially on TikTok and things and that. Do you know what I mean?
Anyway, really appreciate you coming, bro.
Come on, I appreciate you, man.
Guys, 31st of
this month. What month we in? October. 31st of October, 9:15. Channel 4.
Can't say more than that, no.
Can't say more than that, but you see me there.
Channel 4. What time is? You know what time it is?
9:15.
9:15.
Straight after Great British Bake Off.
Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. It's been a great show, and I'll be back soon. Peace.